Hard to believe, but in a few days, it's going to be 2024. Instant Access Internet Services is really close to turning 30 years old. It's one of the oldest hosting companies in the world. We just keep growing year over year without doing any advertising. We are that great little sleeper company that people find after they've failed everywhere else. So we're just so grateful and pleased to have you with us. Now, it's been a while since I did a speed test. In 2021, I did some speed testing and we came out on top, and I'm going to do it again. Just like before, we're going to check. How do we do this test? Well, the idea here is that every hosting company has a front page. That's where they want to make the best impression. And so, just to be fair, what we're going to do is go to each of the popular hosting companies, and we're going to go to their front page and run an independent test using the same system that Google uses to test page speeds. And we're going to show you those speeds, those speed tests as they uncover, so we can kind of see what we're looking at. So let me share my screen so we can just jump right into it. First of all, who is Instant Access? Well, Instant Access since 1995. 1994 was when it was actually started. The corporation was incorporated in 95. The system's changed a little bit. We offer fewer hosting plans. We just have the scalable hosting at this point, and then reseller hosting. The only difference is the reseller hosting gives you 10 of these accounts, and the scalable hosting it just gives 10 gigs of space, and then you can get additional space at 45 cents per gig, and on and on. And there's no upsells, and we give you all the backups and everything. What's different than what we used to do? Well, we're not doing the VPS thing. We tried that. It just didn't work because customers can't update their own VPS, and we will not have old VPS servers in our system that aren't updated regularly. And we just can't compete with companies that are selling VPS services for almost nothing. And because they don't support their customers, they can get away with it. But that's just not a compromise that we're willing to make. So what we've done instead is we use our hybrid hosting, which creates a virtualized environment for each and every one of our customers. So every customer is separated. Everybody has their own cPanel. All the instances are isolated from each other, but we don't call it a VPS. And we do provide plenty of services for everybody. So that's why we're so fast. And we do limit what you can get. We don't say you get unlimited space, unlimited domains, unlimited everything for nothing, and just pile everybody on the server with those kind of crazy promises, because that's how servers end up running real slow and clients end up getting hacked, and there's just a big mess, and it doesn't do anybody a service. So we don't apologize for our policies. What we do is we give a generous amount of disk space, sufficient that people that have normal uses will use them. We don't allow stacking of accounts. We give a lot of bandwidth, but we don't promise unlimited everything, because that's really disingenuous anyway. Nobody actually gives you unlimited everything. There's always something in the fine print. Just tell all the many people that got thrown off of their hosting companies in the past, right? Okay, so back to the speed testing. I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to jump right into this. So where's the speed test before? Just interesting to look. What we did was we went to the PC Magazine's list of best hosting services, and we ran the test. And this is how the competition stacked up. HostGator was unsurprisingly the worst of the group, and Instant Access was the best of the group. And everybody else kind of broke down along this curve here, and we will see how we do this year. So we're going to start with HostGator. So the first thing we're going to do is load up the testing site, and let's get that. Okay, so last year, HostGator scored a 22, and well, not last year, 2021, it scored a 22. Now we're going forward to basically 2024, and we're not even getting a full load here on the testing server. That's just wonderful. We'll try and analyze it one more time and see if they get an actual result. HostGator and the EIG companies, they're just terrible, and they're not providing diagnosis information now. So unsurprisingly, I guess we're just going to have to give them a 0. I'll try again later to analyze this using the Google PageSpeed Insights metric here. But, if you can't get a result at all, it seems to me that we just can't give them a pass for that, right? So even worse than last year. Let's go to DreamHost now and see how they do. So, well, actually, you know what? Come to think of it, I think that we have, yeah, right here. We have a list of the tests. So we just click on the button and it does the test. That is so much easier than going after it every time. So DreamHost, remember last time DreamHost scored 25, and in 2024, what are we going to get? So we're in December 9th, 2023. These will be the 2024 results for the purposes of the video, and let's hopefully see it do something here. Goodness me, what a long thing. All right. Look at that. They're not registering either. That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Hokey smokes, look at those numbers. We'll try and give DreamHost one more chance using this third-party objective tool. Now remember, this is not something that we did. This is an independent analysis from PageSpeed Insights. So we're diagnosing performance issues, and we'll see if we can get any kind of numbers on the page speeds. And if somebody's just too slow to even register, I guess we're going to give them a 0, because what else can we do? There's a number of different companies out there to choose from that will score reasonable. So if you're looking at a service, maybe you don't want to use Instant Access, maybe you want to use another company and you're here to just check out the page speed test. We're not going to just give you a random idea. We're genuinely going to check and see, what can we come up with in terms of some kind of a number to give you. But we're not getting anything. They're just not they're not scoring into it. So maybe we'll come back and give them another chance. We do start with the worst ones first. So we're going to go with the Ionos. That's not going to score a 0. They always, they might have been really low, but their servers are on. I know that. So let's go ahead and give them a chance to redeem themselves. I'm actually hoping for a better score from them than last year. I colo a server in that network range, so that's something that I like to see, that I'm not just throwing my money away. But not only that, but in terms of their hosting, how are they doing? Well, we're about to find out. So we're still diagnosing. It's good that the system goes. Now, some people might ask themselves, well, isn't this PageSpeed Insights tool, doesn't it get overloaded sometimes? Maybe that affects it. No, it doesn't. This is all on the cloud, and it is giving a reliable deal. So based on the mobile and desktop setting here, their best speed is a 65. And here we got what did we get? We got a 25. So that sort of kind of goes with their mobile rating here, a 36. But anyway, I guess we can say that Ionos has made some improvements on their end as far as the speed of their website. So if they can't get their website to go faster than this, I don't know what to say, because how are people going to judge them if their own stuff is super slow? Let's go up to the next one and say Immotion hosting. Now, Immotion hosting, Ionos in 2021 was tied for DreamHost as the second worst, and then the next was Immotion hosting. So let's give them an opportunity here to show us that in the last few years they've improved. I'm loving it. I hope everybody's doing great today. Whatever host that you're choosing to use, I hope that you are enjoying the service and getting excellent support. I have noticed that the customer complaints that I've received regarding other hosting companies certainly seem to point to the level of support getting worse and worse. Now, people are saying that they went with a particular company because they had 24-hour live support, but those 24-hour live support people are usually the very bottom tier people that can't handle anything other than some like little trivial thing. And if you want to actually get some help with a problem, they have to say, oh, I'll get back to you later. And sometimes you have like simple problems that are taking ages to get fixed at these companies with great 24-hour support, right? So what you should do is, I mean, look at all of the metrics as a whole. A lot of times these small local companies, they use a ticket system instead of 24-hour support, but they give you the answer. They hook you up, within an hour or two, you're solved and you're up and running on the road instead of waiting the next day for these other company that you picked based on their live chat feature, which is full of idiots that don't know what they're doing. All right, so back into here. So Immotion hosting scored a 38 is their low score. Their desktop score is a 42, which we can see that that's even worse than the other one. So the Ionos or the Ionos hosting scored a little bit better on their desktop, but the Immotion hosting is clearly not as good on the desktop view. So still, I mean, a fail, right? When it's red, it's a fail, guys. I mean, you can ignore these other numbers. This is the one we care about right here. And so if you're in the red, your website is pathetic. And so what a shame. What an absolute shame for a hosting company that's that large to be 3 years later still getting numbers like this. Why, it's just advertising bringing people in. Obviously, it's not some wonderful performance on their part that's bringing people in. All right, so let's go over here to the A2 hosting. We'll see how they've gone. Now, I believe this is going to be a better result. This one's probably going to slide way up the list here because I recently worked on an A2 system, and it was pretty zippy, the one that I worked on. But we'll take a look at their general run-of-the-mill server by running a test on their front page, and we'll know the truth here in just a couple of minutes and see how that goes. I kind of wonder what everybody thinks about that notion where you can have unlimited domain names on a website that has unlimited disk space and unlimited bandwidth and unlimited everything. How do you suppose that works? Well, everything's unlimited except something that bottlenecks it. So look at that, a 58. So they definitely stepped up. So if their low score is a 58, A2, and so we have to call that an improvement, right? Their low score, I guess, was a 34 in 2021, and come forward to we're just going to be kicking off 2024. We're running at a 58 and a 91. So this is the first one that we've seen that's in the green. And that's huge, right? When you have something in the green, you know that you are doing everything right. So few sites these days can boast this, and so let's give A2 some credit. That is impressive, at least in one of the two metrics that's important here. But on the other metric, unfortunately, they're still just middle of the pack, medium. So I'll make a new chart though that I'll be posting to the instantAccess.net website with these numbers. But kudos to you, A2. You made a huge improvement in the last few years. I'm not sure what you did, but let's give you guys absolute credit for that. So we'll have an aggregate number here on A2. So now we're going to go to WPEngine. Now WPEngine, they've been pushing towards cloud hosting and stuff more and more. I don't like their hosting environment for WordPress especially, but I mean, what else do they do, right? But I don't like the permissions that they set on their system and the way that their customer interface is. I just don't care for it. But they are one of the up and comers, right? So let's take a look here at WPEngine and see what kind of results that they're getting. I'm going to suspect now with their push towards more and more cloud stuff that we're going to see some impressive numbers here. But I don't know. I've been wrong a couple times probably in this video already. My guess is. So we'll see. One thing I'm not wrong was my guess that HostGator and DreamHost were still going to suck because they're both still in the red, and it is the nature of those companies that they're just lousy in my opinion. And the numbers speak for themselves. Okay, so here we are, WPEngine. I was wrong. They didn't get out of the red. On the lower metric. On the desktop metric, they're just middle of the pack. So maybe a little bit better middle of the pack than like Ionos's number, right? But still a disappointing company here. WPEngine, I would definitely not suggest them to a friend, right? So let's go on and see what's new with the other companies, what kind of changes that they've made in the last few years. So we're going to go to Accu Web Hosting. Now, this company sort of ended up on the list with PC Magazine, and I have to think that this was sort of a plant, right? I don't really think this is one of the best hosting companies ever. I think they're just I don't know. I wouldn't put them in the special category, but they scored good. They scored well with good numbers in 2021, at least insofar as our comparison went. They're above the middle of the pack here, and let's see how they've improved. So we'll go to Accu Web Hosting and give them a try for 2024 numbers. Let's see what we have in terms of what I would expect from them. Do I see any giant changes through the year for these companies? No, but year over year, hosting companies do make changes. So I'd like to think that they are doing that. So we'll kind of see where that's at. I just kind of give this an extra minute. All right, so the low metric here is 58, and they're in the green on the desktop. And I guess I probably think that's pretty close to where they were. 58 on the low metric. They were 54 last time, so not much improvement for them really. But we'll have to I guess we have to give credit where credit's due. They did a little bit of improvement, right? They got a little better. This company that I know very little about, but that is the thing. Now, GoDaddy was the sleeper last time. Last time that I did this, I really thought GoDaddy was going to be on the because we all call them slow daddy, right? They've just been terrible for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, in 2021, when we did this speed test, they had gone through a bunch of updates, and then bam, they started like actually having some speed scores that were outperforming some of the other. I'd still put them in the crappy hosting category, but look, what can you do? You got to be honest and just give people credit when they made improvements, and they did. So let me get their test loaded up here in a minute. Oops, I lost my button here. There it is. Okay. GoDaddy right there, and we'll give them a couple of seconds to run. And you know what I could do here? I could kind of do a few of these at a time. They don't slow each other down to run multiple tests. So we'll do GoDaddy, Liquid Web, Hostwinds, and Instant Access all right now. So just to keep this video from getting too terribly, GoDaddy, Liquid Web, Hostwinds. So GoDaddy, Liquid Web, Hostwinds. and instant access. All right. And we'll just kind of go backwards this way and see where we are. So here we are still on the GoDaddy tab, waiting for it to pop up. And it is, I would have thought it would be done by now. It's an interesting thing that GoDaddy just has these huge swings where one day they seem like they're okay, and the next day they're not. I think their support is consistently bad, but I do think that they are trying to improve, and I've been trying to give them sort of the benefit of the doubt here. I don't know what to do here. I guess we'll push the button again on them. We'll skip to the next one. All right, so here we are on Liquid Web. Liquid Web is predictably good. It's a good company, always has excellent support, and their systems on the low side is a 60 and on the high side is an 86. I'm really surprised to see Liquid Web is not in the green on either metric. On the low end, last time they were at, I guess, 65. Oops, that's instant access. Hostwinds, Liquid Web, yeah. And this time their low metric is a 60. So have they improved? Doesn't look like it. At least not on their hosting side of things. That being said, though, I have very little to say about Liquid Web that I would be terribly unhappy about. They have consistently been a company for many, many years that was very respectable. Companies change, leaderships change, teams change. So is it the same as it used to be? I don't know, because I don't use them, but I do know that I get called to fix hacked websites pretty regularly. I do hundreds of those every year as as part of the work that I do, and I just almost never end up at Liquid Web working on anything. So, I mean, it seems to me, at least on the security side, they basically have things ironed out. But that's the score. We got a 60 on that metric. So let's pop back over to GoDaddy and see if they ever if it completed, and it does not. Some still says something went wrong. Gonna give them. Might have to give GoDaddy a 0 again. Oh my goodness. I'm really surprised. We'll hop over here to keep things going. So Hostwinds a 92. Hokey smokes. Now, Hostwinds scored really well in 2021 also, right? In 2021, Hostwinds was the #1 performer for the list of the most popular hosts in 2021, according to PC Magazine. And their metric was a 75. And at this point, they are at a 92 and 100. Perfect 100 score. A perfect 100 score on desktop means that less than 0.1% of websites on the internet are as fast as Hostwinds is in their metrics. So, wow. I just I have to give it up to them. You know, I guess they're bringing it, right? They are absolutely bringing it on. And so here's instant access, though. We have a perfect metric on mobile and a perfect metric on desktop. So once again, the same result from 2021 to 2024. Instant access scores higher than all these other companies, but not by much. And if you think about Hostwinds here, Hostwinds is really, really quick. And I've never seen a company get this close to instant access. And all the years I've been doing the speed test, I've never seen anybody sneak up like this. So wow, I'm really, really, really happy to see that for all the customers that are on Hostwinds. You know, it might sound like a weird thing to say that I'm happy to see that, but I like competition. I think it's a good thing, and instant access is right for some companies, some customers, and maybe not right for other customers. I do think we're less expensive, but Hostwinds has a good place in the market, and obviously they're killing it. So good job. for you guys. I hope you're taking care of your customers with passion, because you're clearly doing a great job with your hardware and software. And so I suspect that we're gonna see them really take over, maybe the top one of the top points. Because they do a lot of advertising and stuff. We don't do any advertising at Instant Access at all, none. So with the I make this little video, if you want to call this advertising, I guess, but this is just something that we do to keep our website fresh. Anyway, good job, Hostwinds. Very, very impressive performance on that. And if you're looking for some place and you want to maybe a company that's bigger than InstantAccess.net for some reason, Hostwinds, I guess, would be a great choice. And we just can't get a result for GoDaddy. Too bad. It looked like they were making some improvements, right? But all of a sudden, here we are trying to even get a basic metric on some of these other companies, and they just get worse and worse and worse. So GoDaddy, maybe they made a little improvement, and now it looks like they have, at least as far as this kind of testing goes, it just looks like there's no place for them anymore. So kudos, 2024, yeah, right around the corner. Instant Access still getting perfect scores, still the oldest, probably one of the oldest at least, hosting companies on the internet, older than any of these other companies that we tested. We've been around forever and we love it, and we still have a lot of passion for you as our visitors and our potential customers and our existing customers. We love you all. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and these results continue to benefit our customers for many, 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 many years. All right, take care, everybody. Hopefully we'll be back in a couple of years with new results. Maybe other companies will catch up. Maybe we'll get overtaken. Who knows what's going to happen? But we'll keep trying to do our very best for everybody. Bye-bye.